Okay, midweek update video. I'm going to start with SPS structure. Not changed a whole lot since last video, so I'm adding oil as well. And then I will continue for members only for this list and yeah, maybe some more. So SPX, so still in a very strong bull trend. Yeah, it goes higher as long as the music plays. Um, could be we're gonna make another new high here. It could also, because we have now one strong leg up sideways and then another strong leg up. Usually that means we are going sideways to down. So that's actually what is most likely, like 60% of the time or something, I would expect now sideways to down. And then for 40% of the time we're going higher. If we go higher, we could fail right away and still go down. And then 30% of the time we are going to sideways, sideways, and then accelerate up. Um, yeah, so not much changing here. I did see something interesting because the structure, I read someone on X, some post on X, and he said, hey, well, this structure is the same as 1999. Um, In 1999, you also had this very long sideways period. Then we broke down, and then we failed, and then we moved up, and we had a very strong trend all the way to the new high. Um, yeah, last week I said it never happened before, but I missed this. I missed the daily chart because it did happen before. Um, yeah, what happened afterwards? Basically, new high, higher low, another new high in 2000. Then the market was so exhausted that it wasn't strong enough to make a new high anymore. And then it slowly started to roll over, and that took, like, from that moment another one and a half year. So yeah, just mentioning this because it could. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna have something like this again. And then here, there's probably some individual stocks that are doing well. Some are weaker, so there could still be good trading here for a while. But seeing the market, um, yeah, completely roll over, like what we did here, that's that's um, that's I think that's more likely than it's going to go up forever. So, but again, some long sideways, that's a possibility. So here we have the long sideways period. Then we have here the range. So like this. Then we failed below, and then we make a new high. So I'm just keep that 1999 scenario in my mind to see how this is going to develop. Um, I think this leg is stronger now than it was in 1999. So I think this is better tradable. Um, yeah, so just a scenario I keep in mind. As you know, I trade both sides, long and short. I'm already opening some short positions here, and if we go higher, I will be opening more, and then we're going, when we go down, I'm going to cover them again. Yeah, I wanted to go to oil because I think that oil has made a bottom. Um, I think this bottom is going to hold for a while. So first of all, technical reasons. Um, yeah, we have been in a very long bear channel. um, for like 4 years, and then we finally broke out of that channel very strong. Usually, when that happens, you're gonna have more multiple legs up. So yeah, I'm not expecting this to go down. Also, I was reading the European Union is preparing for fuel shortages later in the year because the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, and we are still using supplies we from a long time ago. Um, so it could be another 2 months. It could even be longer. I don't know exactly, but usually when there is a supply shock, 2 to 6 months later, the shortages will appear. Um, Technically, I think this market is still in a range now, so could be like this. But then later in the year, probably the second half of the year. Um, yeah, maybe in the summer, the shortages will come, and even when Hormuz is probably opened by then, but it's going to take a while before all the stockpiles are refilled. So based from a technical perspective, I would assume this is the bottom and we are going up here. Um, and then we're going to make a range, and then we're going to break out later in the year. Of course, if Iran comes to the table and completely opens Hormuz right now, there will be relief, and then we're going to test the low again. But still, even if it's opened right now, um, I think that even without the shortages, this oil should move higher. I'm also expecting that for the coming years because there has been no more investments made in oil projects for many years, and the world is still using a lot of oil, way more than expected. So yeah, for the years ahead, I think we're gonna see $200 oil. Don't know if we're gonna see it this year. Could also be next year or in 28. But yeah, that's what I expect. Um, Also, the big oil companies are also expecting the same. But based from a purely these chart structures, I think that here the bottom of the range will be the buy zone. There could be a little sell zone here, but after some sideways, we're gonna break higher, and that will not be good for the stock market, of course. So yeah, I'm going